Throughout history, humans have devised some truly gruesome ways to meet their end. While death is a certainty for all of us, the path to get there has sometimes been unimaginably painful. From ancient tortures to modern-day nightmares, today we're diving into some of the most painful ways people have died. Let's start with a method so horrifying that it's hard to believe it ever existed: scaphism, also known as the boats. This ancient Persian execution technique involved trapping a victim between two boats or hollowed-out tree trunks, leaving only their head, hands, and feet exposed. They were then force-fed milk and honey until they developed severe diarrhea, which would attract insects. Covered in honey, the insects would feast on their exposed flesh, while they slowly decomposed alive in their own filth. The process could take days, even weeks, resulting in an unimaginably slow, painful death. Next, let's look at a lesser-known but no less terrifying method: the pear of anguish. This medieval torture device was a pear-shaped metal object inserted into a victim's mouth, rectum, or other orifices. The torturer would turn a screw, causing the device to expand painfully inside the victim. It wasn't always fatal, but the internal injuries and the agony it caused were immense, designed to tear the victim apart from the inside out. Next, let's explore the Spanish tickler, a device that sounds almost playful, but trust me, there's nothing fun about it. This brutal instrument was designed to rip through human flesh, tearing skin, muscle, and sometimes even bones. Victims were often restrained while torturers used the tickler's sharp claws to flay them alive, starting with the limbs and moving inward. The intense pain, combined with slow blood loss, could last for hours or even days. Let's move on to immurement, a form of imprisonment that ends in death. Unlike being buried alive in a coffin, immurement involved placing a person in a sealed, confined space, like a wall or a tomb, where they were left to slowly die from starvation, dehydration, or oxygen deprivation. Many times the condemned were left with a small opening for air or food, prolonging their suffering for days or even weeks. Now let's talk about a torture method that used one of nature's most unassuming elements: bamboo. Bamboo torture involves tying the victim down over a young bamboo shoot. Bamboo, known for its rapid growth, would slowly and steadily grow through the body of the restrained victim. This method could take days, allowing the victim to feel every excruciating moment as the bamboo pierced through their skin, muscles, and organs. Imagine the slow, creeping pain as the plant grew inch by inch, an agonizingly slow journey to death. Next, we have execution by elephant, a punishment used in South and Southeast Asia for centuries. The condemned person was crushed under the foot of a trained elephant or had their limbs ripped apart. The animal could be commanded to crush slowly, adding to the drawn-out agony. This method not only caused immense pain but also served as a public spectacle, making it one of the most dreaded forms of capital punishment. Now let's venture into the realm of the bizarre with spontaneous human combustion, a phenomenon where a person is said to catch fire without any apparent external source of ignition. Though the concept has been shrouded in mystery and skepticism, there are documented cases where bodies were found almost completely incinerated, with the surrounding environment largely unaffected. If this phenomenon is real, the idea of your own body suddenly igniting in flames, burning from within without warning, is a terrifying and unimaginably painful way to die. Finally, we come to lingqi, or death by 1,000 cuts, used as a form of execution in ancient China. The victim was tied to a wooden frame and gradually sliced with small, precise cuts, prolonging the suffering for as long as possible. The idea was not just to kill but to create an agonizing spectacle where death was a drawn-out process. The slow, methodical slicing was designed to maximize pain, and the condemned would often endure this torture for hours before finally succumbing. This was not just a form of execution but a message, a warning etched into flesh. So there you have it. 8 of the most painful ways people have died throughout history. If you found this journey into the dark side of history fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible and sometimes chilling stories from the past. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.